Hello, everybody. I am your narrator for today, and I will be telling you the story of Oedi Rex. Today's play is based on Oedipus Rex, one of the greatest of Greek tragedies. The story goes like this. Once upon a time in ancient Greece, there was a king of Thebes named Laius. In his youth, he did a very nasty thing, which I'm not going to go into. And as a result, the fates cursed him to be murdered by his own son. Unfortunately, the servant tasked with killing this small boy gave him to a shepherd, who then gave him to the king of Corinth, who raised the baby to be king and raised him as his own son. Unfortunately for Oedipus, when he was a young adult, some drunk guy at a banquet told him that he was not the king's biological son. Distraught, Oedipus runs to the oracle for answers. The oracle tells him that he's going to end up killing his father and marrying his mother. To try to prevent that from happening, Oedipus runs away from Corinth and makes his way to Thebes. On the way there, he runs into Laius, who he doesn't recognize. And they have a traffic dispute that ends in Laius' death. Oedipus continues on to Thebes, where he conveniently becomes king and marries Oedipus' widow, Jocasta. And somehow he ends up king of Thebes. The gods weren't okay with the king's murder going unavenged, so they sent a plague down to ravage the land until the king's killer would be found. Oedipus investigates and does a really good job. In the end, he ends up blinding himself with 2 golden pins, and Jocasta ends up hanging herself in her closet. That's the story of Oedipus. It's pretty dark. Our story is a lot funnier and a lot shorter. We hope you enjoy. It's Oedipus with a modern take. Now, with that being said, our story takes place in the year 441 BC in the palace garden home of Jocasta and Oedi. Creon and Tiresias, Oedi's advisors and best friends, have important news for their very important king. Hear ye, 4 o'clock and it's all well. Details at 11. For all your best in dining delicacies, treat yourself to Becca's house of hummus. Plato says it's ideal.
Oedipus, Creon, trusted Tiresias, noble dear, at last you have arrived. My mind has been able to develop nothing save what news you may have discovered on your journey.
Well, if it is good news for what you wait in vain. I see nothing but doom and gloom.
True statement. He sees nothing. And he often turns to the blind seer Tiresias in times of struggle. This time, he's only going to make it worse.
Creon, is that true?
Well, perhaps we should wait on telling you all of the information until we've gathered all of us.
No, I cannot wait. Ever since this plague has struck our beloved Thebes, the people have demanded that I find the killer of their former king, because they believe that as long as he goes unpunished, the plague is going to continue unabated. As a new king, I owe them the answer as quickly as possible. Besides, the latest polls show my popularity is plummeting.
Oh yes, Oedi, we do owe them the truth.
I have no blunderbuss. I created the Creon Commission to ferret out the facts of this fearsome felony, and I demand to know what you have learned.
Well, if you insist, first we visit the oracles to see what they can tell us.
Where the oracles helpful?
Well, you know the oracles. It's hard to get a straight answer out of them. They told us that the late King Laius was murdered by his own son.
But that's crazy. Laius hadn't.
Actually, we discovered that he did many years ago, but he was banished to the woods as an infant. People assumed that he died.
Poor child, I feel this pain almost as if it were my
Oh, funny you should say that. Actually, we found out that the boy didn't die and was rescued by a shepherd.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he grew up to be about your height and about your weight, and, well, according to descriptions, he looked a lot like you do.
What a coincidence.
We also found out that he had an olive-shaped birthmark on his left foot.
Well, great. We'll have to find that killer from his birthmark. We'll start on the other end of the kingdom and work our way back.
I'm afraid we must start right here.
But I hate how facing my scandal. It always takes so long to blaze them back.
Oedipus, if we can't prove your innocence, the people will be furious.
Do you really think so?
I know so.
As you can see, my foot has no such mark.
It looks like an olive to me.
Tiresias?
I see nothing.
I'll go with Tiresias.
Get real, Oedipus. That's
an olive. I prefer to think of it as an unripe eggplant. And if it's an olive. Fine. Okay, technically speaking, it's an olive. I must be the son of Leos and then kill my own father in rage. I've done a very bad thing. Now, can we drop it?
Actually, given your public statements on the matter, I'm afraid we can't.
Oh, woe to me and those who dwell in my house. I've slain a king and I promised I'd put the former village to death. I even said, read my lips. But wait, one thing isn't clear.
Oh, here comes the messy part.
If I'm Leos' son, and Leos was married to Yocasta, but now I'm married to Yocasta, that must mean Leos had a wife, right?
Sadly, Eddie's got it right, but in all sorts of wrong ways.
I'm afraid not.
Did he ever fool around on the side?
Nope.
Sperm donor?
Never.
Then that means that my wife is also my... Oh my God! That married my brother! No wonder she always knows what I want for breakfast! I married my father and married my mother!
It could have been worse. You could have deserted your mother and married your father. Who else knows? Well, gladly
Because there is reason to believe that by some ferocious folly of fate, you married your own son.
Son?
I'm your son.
Yeah, I heard you, so tell me something I don't know.
You know your son?
From the very first moment I met you, I took one look at those eyes, that smile, wait, you have a little schmutz on your forehead?
True to say, Jocasta has married her own son.
How do you know your son is not telling me?
I didn't think it was significant.
You married me.
You asked.
I know, but
Look, I would have been happy just dating, but you said marry me, Yokasta, and I'll be the happiest man on earth. What mother could refuse such an offer?
I killed Dad.
So, he didn't like you anyway. Of course not. The minute he heard Tyrese's prophecy that you were destined to murder him, he insisted that you be sent away. I said, why don't we just wait a little? He may just move you.
This is the most devastating day of my life.
Look, you're here and all is well, so unless you have more information to tell me, I'm going to get to my belly dancing exercise supplies. In 2 weeks, I have my naval exercises, so I need to be in shape.
Don't you think we have some matters to discuss?
Like what?
Like the fact that we can no longer live together as husband and wife?
Why not?
Men cannot. You're my mother.
So, you say it like it's a negative thing.
Men cannot marry their mothers.
Most of my friends don't view it like that.
But
Look, from what I've heard, most men want to marry women like their mother, so I thought, why settle for the second best thing when you can have the real thing?
I can't have sex with you knowing you're my mother.
Not even on weekends?
No!
Oh, I bet you want to do it with Helen, that Trojan slut.
No!
Then who do you want to do it with?
I would prefer someone to whom I wasn't already related.
So now the whole family isn't good enough for you?
Will you be reasonable? I'm a public official, a role model.
So, look at the gods. The immortal Zeus bossed his half-sister, his quarter-sister, 16, 32nd, etc. So if they get a boss, their relatives, why can't you?
You're not just my sister. That's maybe okay. You're my mother.
You make everything so complex as it is.
You're pasta. This abomination against nature cannot continue.
And a healthy marriage, you must prove these things.
We don't have a healthy marriage.
What are you trying to say?
Mom, I want a divorce.
What? I never thought I knew this was good for my own sex now.
Oh, wretched day of curse of life, and I just know when Sophocles hears about this, he's going to turn this into one of his boring docudramas.
Call your advisor, see what they say.
We must do something so that people will forgive my forbidden foray to unfortunate familial fornication. Creon! Tiresias!
Yes, my lord.
That was fast.
Yes, we had forgotten something in your outer office.
Have you been spying?
Oh, my goodness, you know, we have been loyal to you for many, many years. Now, how could you accuse us of such a monstrosity?
Hearing, Jocasta refuses to grant Oedipus a divorce. Details at 11, followed by discussion, Oedipus Rex, tragic hero or unlucky schnook.
If I find out from either of you,
Oedipus, I've been making some initial inquiries into the matter at hand.
what have you learned?
You know, the people are confused, Oedipus. 85% of people believe that if there's love in a marriage, nothing else matters.
Aha.
Well, 54% also believe that if one commits incest, then they should be boiled alive in non-virgin olive.
Now, if I didn't know she was my mother,
Oedipus, get real.
and give up a life in politics, never.
Well, you could start a war.
No, I'm not going to start a war just to boost my approval rating.
What about a major rescue mission?
No, what can I do?
Well, Oedipus, divorce at this time would be unwise. I mean, it would lose the family vote.
Oh, what a happy day it is. Let the ouzo.
But we still don't have a solution to the crisis.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only one solution to show the people I have remorse for my
Is he
sins.
really doing this again?
I must click out my eyes!
If you do that, do not expect me to leave you to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
But I must do it. It's the only way, no other way, to show I have remorse for my sins.
What is sincere? I'm sorry, suffice.
No, give me your pen.
Oedipus, no!
I declare myself guilty of wretchedness and sin. From this hour forth, I go in darkness. Lord, maybe, watch this. Maybe I'll just cut off the offending organ which caused this difficulty. I'll save my sight, but lose my jewels.
Oedipus, no!
I declare myself guilty of wretchedness and sin. From this hour forth, I go in uniqueness. Or maybe I'll just cut off an arm. A left arm. People will never really know I've done the other thing, but if I cut off an arm, a left arm, or like a pinky, since we're talking symbolic action.
Couldn't you just give some money to charity?
Why don't you give crying in public and bite your lip?
I give up.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize, why are we getting ourselves into such a tizzy? I mean, sure, today they'll be ridiculing you in the streets, but in 2 weeks, they'll be talking about the latest gossip of the gods.
But
All we need is a heartfelt explanation and a really good speech.
But how can we explain such a monstrous deed?
Well, it's not like you married her on purpose.
He'd be too embarrassed to do that.
Still, Casta.
I see something.
What do you see?
What is it? I see something. What is it? The Olympics. They're never going to catch on.
God, give me a sign.
Wait, maybe they have.
They have?
Hold on. Run with me. Tiresias predicted your fate when you were born. Now, you've tried your best not to let that fate live itself out, but there are powers beyond those of us pure mortals that you cannot understand.
I see.
You do?
Any efforts to force her about thesis are futile. It was the fault of the fates.
Exactly.
I'll make a speech where I take complete responsibility for my actions, but none of the blame.
That's good political thinking.
The speech will say that you wanted to smooth out your eyes, but you put your sense of public duty ahead of your own desires.
That's good.
Oh, it will be.
You must begin work on the speech in a meeting.
Oh, definitely.
It must be brilliant.
I'll make sure of it.
And what will this speech say about us? About me?
Oh. Right.
Look, if you really want me to go, I'll just go. I don't want to be a burden.
Let the speech say, I cannot and will not apologize for marrying the greatest woman I've ever known.
Wait, you read it?
I love you, Pasta, and you love me to speak as mom to the flag of irresponsible monetary policy.
Oedipus, my darling!
My beloved!
My hero!
My pigeon!
Oh, my pet!
Hear ye, hear ye, love conquers all, and believe me, I mean all. But, contrary to popular belief, Eddie did eventually gouge his eyes out, and over a dispute concerning the length of her toga, she was pretty old. Jocasta hung herself